My name is Lydia, and for this case study project, I had case number 24, which was Life of Leisure. So Luke was 20 years old, and he was taking an 8-month-long vacation, November through June, which took him on numerous trips. He went to tour Europe, and he was in the eastern United States, Maine to Georgia, which is also known as the Appalachian Trail. He was sexually promiscuous throughout his trip, even though he was safe. He was in usual good state of health until he developed myalgias and fever in mid-July, and then those symptoms eventually resolved. However, 9 weeks later, he subsequently developed left facial numbness, so he admitted himself into the hospital. In his initial examination, his temperature, pulse, blood pressure, respirations were all normal, and he was in no acute distress, but he did complain of headaches, and he had a neurological examination performed, and it showed his left facial nerves were weakened, so he had left facial nerve weakness, and the affected side was flat and expressionless, but other than that, there was no telltale signs. So there were a few bacterial infections that I suspected. Borrelia burgdorferi is the bacteria that causes Lyme disease. Ehrlichia chiefensis is the bacteria that causes ehrlichiosis, or Anaplasma phagocytophilum, which causes anaplasmosis. And those three are very similar through symptoms. And so sometimes you'll have a double infection. And so a lot of the times you have to test for both of them just to make sure. Viral, there was, just because he said he was sexually promiscuous on his trip, I added Epstein-Barr virus in there, which is caused by the lymphocryptovirus human herpes virus 4. There were no suspicion of any fungal infections, and for parasitic infection, I had Babesia microti. And the patient was hiking along the Appalachian Trail, so that is kind of a hot spot for a lot of infected arthropods like ticks, and it was also, he was hiking during prime time. Summer is usually when a lot of the ticks come out, so I concluded that the infection was most likely bacterial. So for question 3 to 6, this was the sample request form, and I chose blood as my sample. And again, the bacterial is Borrelia, Ehrlichia, Anaplasma, and the viral is Epstein-Barr. And so all the bacterial are going to grow on the McConkey, because that tests for, or that inhibits gram-positive. So the gram-negative, those three are gram-negative, so they will grow. And then I also ordered from the serology a Borrelia serology screen, which tests for antibodies, and the anaplasmosis serology screen, because that also tests for antibodies, and then also the PCR for ehrlichiosis and Babesia. And then from the virology laboratory, I ordered the Epstein-Barr test to test for that, and the hematology cell count, or complete blood count, just because we'll be able to look at the white blood cell counts. And so the results of these, I was able to rule out fungal and parasitic. The detection of spirochetes is really key, and that really is telling of Borrelia, because that is a bacteria that has spirochetes, and so that kind of points me in the right direction. And the serology and PCR tests are not yet available. And it also shows that it is hemolytic. And so when the results of the serology tests come back, it's kind of what I expected. The Western blot came back positive for Borrelia, and the ages are shown of the individual bacteria. So positive for the antigen for Borrelia, so that kind of led me, and I received those results from the skin sample of the wound, so not the actual blood sample. So the spirochetes of 10 micrometers were from the skin sample of the wound, which really helped me out. So the course of treatment, because Luke has had this infection probably since he started developing the myalgias in July, I want to give him an intravenous antibiotic treatment for 14 to 28 days, depending on how he does, of doxycycline or amoxicillin, just because I think an oral antibiotic won't do as good, and it's spread to his central nervous system because he has the facial weakness, the facial nerve weakness. So I want to give him that through intravenous, and also the facial rehab to regain his strength. So his prognosis, he's a healthy young man. He's 20 years old. So I think after 3 to 4 weeks of the antibiotics, we can see how he's doing at the end of the 14 days, and then go 28 days if need be. But he should be cured of his infection, and his facial nerves will regain strength within 2 to 3 months as long as he follows his rehab program.